She said that she had a thing with Jeffrey Dahmer about a year ago.
Oh, he died in 1994. Okay, yeah, so in the astral realms, this girl's haunted. Hi, yeah, what up, or whatever, it's me, your girl Naboo. I should be cleaning my house right now, but as I was browsing the internet for something good to distract me, I found a playlist for Schabusiness on the Long Crime Network, and something caught my eye 5 days ago. I don't know if you guys recall, I had described her as probably closest to being a female Jeffrey Dahmer. Probably most comparable to like a female Jeffrey Dahmer. What the fuck is he from? Well, the title of the video that we're going to be watching today is called Woman Accused of Decapitating Lover Claimed Jeffrey Dahmer and Her Had a Thing.
Why the fuck you lying?
God damn, business. What the fuck's your business? Alright, I'm ready for you.
At least during the interview that you had with her.
Oh, really quick, I just want to address something. There's like this weird, and I downloaded this directly from the Long Crime channel. I will link the actual video in the description to prove that there's this weird clacking sound as if somebody was filming it like on a TV while like other people in the room were eating or something or pointing. That's not me. That's some weird thing on their end, I swear. You'll see what I mean.
June 19th, can you give me any specific information as to what she said that may have been odd or to back up these hallucinations that you're testifying about?
When I asked her about auditory visual hallucinations, she began to describe.
First of all, this bitch is in the middle of an active REM cycle right now. Second of all, what the fuck? That fucking distracting ass noise in their background is very fucking distracting. What the fuck is going on? And I swear to God, this is like an AI. The cast of all these videos of the Long Crime, like all the people who work for this network are literal. They're not real. Like that fucking airplane lady.
That back there is not real.
You know what? Speaking of that airplane lady, I think she might be onto something. But okay, no, we're here for your business.
Hearing a train whistle.
Hold on. Let's rewind a little bit and try to listen to what she's saying.
What she said that may have been odd or to back up these hallucinations that you're testifying about?
When I asked her about auditory visual hallucinations.
Well, hold on. Are they literally playing these weird ass noises while talking about auditory hallucinations? Because at first I wasn't sure if I was hearing it or not. This is like some sick joke. The Schabusiness trial, I swear, is like the reptilian Illuminati agenda just straight up fucking with us. What?
She began to describe different, hearing a train whistle. They got progressively louder during the interview.
I hear that train coming.
I hear the train coming. It's rolling around the bend.
Who here like Johnny Cash? I grew up with him.
Knew that she was actually seeing a train.
She saw that train coming. It was rolling around the bend.
Towards the end of the 2 hours, that became so prominent that she was very distracted about it. She does have some coping strategies for how to deal with that, like when she's in the courtroom.
How does she cope when she sees that train coming? When it's rolling around that bend?
And other times. So she described that. Yeah, sometimes I can repress that and control it. She reported what we call command hallucinations that tell her to do things for herself, attack people. And she said most of the time she can control that. So she said at one point that regarding the train, she said that Johnny Cash.
I'm getting pranked by the entire Schabusiness trial. I swear to fucking God, guys. That's why I'm a Naboo. I'm a prophet. No, stop. Died on the train.
I think the most, well, I did or not, I know, the most weirdest thing she said at the point where I was assessing her knowledge about how to act in court, since there's obviously been some problems.
Oh yeah, she attacked, one of those command voices actually got her, I guess. She attacked them. There's a picture of it on my first Schabusiness video thumbnail where she's like, she had just fucking wails on this lawyer in the middle of court.
Really bizarre, because she talked about the incident of exposing herself in court, and she indicated that
Oh, she exposed
that
herself?
she did it to get the judge to like her. And then at that point,
What's your
I
business?
asked you, her attorney, describe.
Me? What are you up to? Little boys being a naughty boy, it's your business. Telling me I gotta do the dishes. Shut the fuss up. We're listening to this wild. What the fuss?
And she said, you know, again, I have those statements in my report. And
Wait a second, look at her in the corner there. She's laughing at us. She's laughing at us as we speak.
Two policemen are in critical condition. You're laughing. You're laughing.
Oh, guys, please comment below if I'm the schizophrenic one, because this is all coming together a little bit too neatly. I'm looking in the corner at your business. Watch her. Look at her. Why would they do that?
This was one of the more, and this is where I concluded that
I'm just looking at your business. What we're gonna do? We're just gonna boop your business over. Let's listen to this.
And this is where
Literally, I feel like I wouldn't be able to get through the video if I ever keep looking at her in the corner. Stop it, your business. You're killing me, dog.
lacks the insight and judgment and the mental capacity to understand the proceedings. I asked her about, I was going through the plea options with her.
Girl, now I'm so distracted. I want to see what she's doing. Is she looking? She's not looking at us anymore. Damn it, now she's looking at us again. All right, shit business. You know what? We're just gonna do that. There you go. Enough, guys. Honestly, I can never get through a shit business video. She looks sad as hell. Oh, right. We're trying to decide if she's competent to stand trial.
Even though I was doing an NGI evaluation, I assessed competency to proceed to trial in all of my forensic evaluations. And just for NGI, I still evaluate the person for competency, doesn't matter. So I was asking her about the plea options. Again, she gave some on-track answers. But when I asked her about what the NGI plea means, she said,
It's almost as if shit business is reacting to what she's saying. She was like, she had some on-track answers, and look at the face shit business makes.
some on-track answers.
Look.
But when I asked her about
goes,
what the track answers,
Look.
but when I asked her about
goes,
what the she said, asked her
she
about
goes,
what the she said, titties. And I asked her some follow-up questions.
Stop it. Like, part of me thinks that, like, you know, she's definitely like an evil predator, and she's definitely insane, and there's something very, very wrong with her. But I just love the fact that, you know, she's just got a little bit of troll in her. A big bit of troll in her. She's just a pat. I would just love to have a conversation with your business. I just really would love to have a conversation with this nut.
Appropriate courtroom behaviors, she said, show titties in court to judge.
Oh, she did it.
And I'm
Right, she actually did.
from my
Right, she actually did show her. Oh, wait, no, maybe it is. And then it's like, but is she trolling? Like, I guess that's the big problem with sensationalizing serial killers and predators and things like that. They become memes, and you kind of like, what they've actually done gets kind of, or the actual context of these situations gets lost in translation. Because, right, she did show her titties in court because she thought it would make the judge like her, which seems silly and it seems ho-ish or whatever you misogynist want to say, but it's also, to me, it reads as very sad that it seems like a very vulnerable and very primal animal fear response kind of a thing almost.
She recalled doing that in the courtroom, and she hoped it would help the judge's opinions now. That was one of the most unusual things. I asked her about when she told me about that she had been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity.
80. How old is she? Hold on really quick, guys. I just want to see how old is she. It's 1997. November 23rd, 1997. I'm just taking a brief look at some of her astrology placements. Depending on what time on the 23rd she was born, her moon is conjunct that Regulus fixed star aspect, as well as a Sagittarius Mercury, which you could see. But also you have this Venus and Mars in Capricorn. It's very interesting. And then, of course, her sun is either going to be a 29 Scorpio, a 1 degree Sag, but it's actually on that day 0 degree Sag. It depends on what time of day she was born. It looks like that Pluto would be conjunct her sun at 5 degrees. You guys can't see this, but for any of you random astrology people out here who find this interesting, this is a situation on your business. Very interesting. All right, back to the react.
And she hoped it would help the judges' opinions now. That was one of the most unusual things. I asked her about when she told me about that she had been diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. She thought that if she's angry in court, so this is where I was trying to assess her ability to work with you, Mr. Freilich. She thought if she was angry in future court appearances and she cannot understand what is going on, she can ask Mr. Freilich, who will, quote, tap his toes.
Tap his toes? That lawyer's name was Jolly.
There's numerous other references. The weird thing that when I briefly discussed the current legal charges with her, she said that she had a thing with Jeffrey Dahmer about a year ago. And just...
That's the funny thing about, what was he doing up there this whole time? I'm gonna have to watch back. I forgot he was up there. The whole reason why I wanted to watch this video was because I had compared her to Jeffrey Dahmer in the way that she went about her murder. If she's murdered more than one person, we don't know. But she definitely had the capacity to, and admitted that she liked that, and she would have continued to hunt down little boys to prey upon and make love with their bodies and such. But yeah, it's just the whole reason I'm doing this is because it says she had a thing with Jeffrey Dahmer. I just looked at this bitch's age. Is Jeffrey Dahmer alive? Dahmer alive? Oh, he died in 1994. Okay, yeah, so in the astral realms, this girl's haunted.
There were just numerous these strange comments about Johnny Cash being on the train.
Johnny Cash thing is just like too much for me to think about right now.
She went further into her tangential thoughts about the train,
You're
how loud his
tangential.
whistle was, and how Johnny Cash overdosed apparently on a train. And so there were numerous examples of that. Those are some of the most prominent ones.
I want more examples. I want more.
Were you, as part of your evaluation, did you talk to her about?
Oh, you know what I guess all those sounds is? I'm thinking that this might be like a Zoom meeting. And that might be the lawyer himself fumbling with his whatever's. Okay, it makes a little bit more sense now what's going on because she's speaking directly to him.
About alcohol and drug use or abuse?
Yes.
And can you tell me a little bit about your discussions with her on those topics and then any opinions that you had about that?
Yeah, I can just find it here. She, in my evaluation, and then regarding previous evaluators, she is fairly consistent about it.
Consistent about what? This
She
bitch is
began
losing
to
me.
use after her mother's death
Her mama
when
died.
Miss Schabusiness was in 5th grade.
Interesting.
And I think THC, she has said she's never been a big drinker of alcohol.
Same.
But then started to use, she used LSD a couple times, I think in high school or shortly thereafter.
It's like I feel like me and Schabusiness, unfortunately, like in a different universe, might have been friends.
But then began to use method or cocaine, powder cocaine, sometime, again, I had to look through.
She probably wasn't able to maintain her Adderall
She started
prescription.
using powder cocaine, sometime I think after high school, and then methamphetamine,
Yeah.
and along with THC. and
Managing
other
her
drugs.
symptoms.
Maybe in her early 20s.
Did she indicate to you that she used lots of methamphetamine?
Yes.
She doesn't look.
That sometimes she has said that she could use it 8-9 times a day in a day.
Wouldn't it be funny if I was smoking meth? No, it's just the last bits of my keys.
Sometimes. And then I think, actually, I think it was more around 2020 because her husband.
She was married?
She told us, or she told me, that her husband was a.
Was Styrion her husband? This is actually a very revealing video. Not only does she have a husband, but she's got a baby too, because I found this bitch's Facebook. Let me show you what I found real quick. Look, ew, that nasty ass hickey, that's her husband. I forgot his name right now. This is their nasty ass ghetto ass graffiti, 2018. That's her again. Look how small she is. Like, I wasn't expecting her to be that tiny. And then that's her and her husband again. But look, I found a video of her and her baby on Thanksgiving.
Who's a big turkey? You're a big turkey. Ah. Who's a big turkey? You're a big turkey. Ah.
It's really jarring seeing that video because, number one, it reminds you that this is a real woman with a real life and a whole ass story behind her. It's also like she's got this little baby and it's like a holiday memory, you know? It leaves me with a weird feeling that I can't really define. I almost wasn't going to include it in the video, but I feel like we got to know who Schabusiness is a little bit more during this video especially, just to, you know, keep in mind that she is a real person, but so is her victim, and it's not just a collection of insanity and silliness, like, oh yeah, I'm hooking up with Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, it's a real predator, but it's also a real person. I don't know.
Meth dealer currently in prison, and that she started to use methamphetamine a lot around 2020. And she's had some drug treatment, but then left. She didn't finish drug treatment.
Did she describe how the methamphetamine would make her feel?
Yes, and this is unusual, a little counterintuitive.
Calm her down.
But she said it made her, that methamphetamine was the only thing that helped her thinking. And
She was treating that ADHD symptom. She was treating it, whether, you know, ADHD has a very high comorbidity rate, which means it's often present among other things. In fact, I was misdiagnosed as bipolar for the longest time. A lot of women are, but a lot of boys are misdiagnosed that way too. But more often women are misdiagnosed as bipolar, and they start treating you with all these crazy, wacky medications. And they just don't want to give you the Adderall. And so, unfortunately, when you're unable to maintain your prescription, and that is if you've even got one, because then once you got the prescription for the Adderall, that's half the battle. But yeah, people who can't get that prescription or maintain that prescription and have other things going on, it's common. You know, what we seek is like what we need in our brain. She's self-medicating. I mean, I could drop 60 milligrams of Adderall and fall asleep. It's not counterintuitive. If you actually even know the very basics of the way an ADHD brain works, you would know that makes a lot of sense. In fact, but they're so weird about the prescriptions, especially like back in the day, like before they wanted to prescribe me Adderall, I was literally prescribed cans of Mountain Dew. My doctor was like, yeah, you should have Mountain Dew before school.
Give me the sunshine, give me you too. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and smooth, refreshing Mountain Dew, yeah.
Caffeine, and I was like, I can have Mountain Dew, and they were like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, but no, not technically prescribed, but doctor recommended Mountain Dew to treat my ADHD, which they should just give you the Adderall. Oh my god, I'm going on an ADHD rant right now, but there's such a misfucking understood condition, but this is not the time for business. You got a lot more going on than just a little ADHD, honey.
brought her down enough to be able to think clearly. And interestingly, sometimes in a person with a psychotic mental disorder, sometimes the illegal substance has a paradoxical effect.
Because it's meth and not a refined pharmaceutical.
Covered this in a couple other evaluations. I kind of give an example of a person with attention deficit disorder with Adderall, which is the stimulant prescribed to treat ADHD, which she doesn't have and has been prescribed Adderall in the past. And Adderall is, and so you wonder, why would you want somebody who has attention deficit hyperactivity to be more stimulated? It has a paradoxical effect.
Oh, that's what she means. She's basically explaining what I just said.
And less agitated, less.
Come on, lady.
Similarly, with people with a psychotic mental disorder, sometimes a stimulant drug or LSD. I've encountered this in a handful of other cases where the person with a psychotic mental disorder, this is very similar to what Ms. Schabusiness has reported. Sometimes the drug, methamphetamine, can actually help them with their problems with thinking, quantities. It actually help help them with their problems with thinking, feeling real hyper, not being able to get things together. Sometimes can help them, and sometimes they use vast quantities of it.
Me and Vincent
to
Ambrosio.
help with that. You know,
It's
yeah,
your
it's a
business.
form of self-medication, but it can have a paradoxical effect, and that's what she has described to other treaters.
She took 4 minutes. She really just took 4 minutes to explain what I just said.
The use of methamphetamine, she didn't want to take antipsychotic prescribed medication.
Exactly.
But she has stated that she took the methamphetamine to help with her thinking, and it was the only thing that helped, she said.
Did she tell you that when she took methamphetamine, it made her feel like she was floating in air?
Yes, and she
That can happen.
told me that, but then she has told other evaluators that too.
She nods up. Wow. Thank you, Schabusiness, for that.
Thank you for that.